Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So we'll resume from today again our study of Srimad Bhagavatam. The 10th chapter, which is entitled Bhagavatam is the answer to all questions, in response to the questions which were asked by Parikshit Maharaj. So this chapter explains about the 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam. Anyone remembers the first two verses? What are the 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam? Who remembers? The 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam. Manoram Prabhu? Do you remember the 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam? It is like, Bhagavad Gita has 5 subject matters, Bhagavatam has 10 subject matters or 10 topics. This verses, the first two verses we all memorized. Who remembers? Bolo, how many you remember? Manoram Prabhu?
Prabhuji, there was Sarga, then Visarga,
Yes,
then Sthanam,
yes,
then was Ushanam,
yes.
and then Niruddha Mukti was there, Prabhuji.
But in between also there are many more. Sarga, Visarga, Sthanam, Poshanam, then?
Then Manantar and Ishano Katha was also there, Prabhuji, in between.
Yes, Manvantar is there. That is right. And before Manvantar, there is Utaya. The impetus for activity. What is that impetus for activity? Yeah, I'm asking you, Manoram. What is the impetus for activity? What is Utaya? Yes, Ramya, what is Utaya?
Prabhuji, desire or count,
Desire for?
enjoyment.
Yes, Karma Vasana. Utaya is Karma Vasana or fruitive activity. This is Sarga, Visarga, Atra Sarga, Visargascha, Sthanam, Poshanam, Utaya, Manvantari Shanukatha, Nirodha, Muktirashraya. Who remembers the second verse? Second verse, Priyanka?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु
Hare Krishna.
दशमस्य विशुद्धि आत्मा नवानाम् इह लक्षणम् वर्णयन्ति महात्मानं श्रुतेन अर्थेन च अज्ञश
Very good. Very good. Dashamasya Vishuddhi Artham. So these are the 10 topics. And this is for the purpose of Vishuddhi Artham. And Navanam Iha Lakshanam. And the purpose of this 9 which is explained is the 10th topic. What is the 10th topic? Ashraya. Ashraya is taking the supreme shelter of the Supreme Lord. So all these 9s are for this. One second. That is why Prabhupada has named the 10th topic Ashraya as Samam Bonam. Navanam Iha Lakshanam. Dashamasya, the 10th topic is in particular very important. And Navanam Iha Lakshanam. So the other 9 are leading towards the 10th. Who says that? Varnayati Mahatmana. So this is being declared by the great sages. And how it is presented? This Srimad Bhagavatam is presented by three ways. Shrutena, Arthena, Cha, Anjasam. This we discussed. So then the 10 topics were discussed, and from verse 10 till 35 we have discussed Sarga, creation, and that is in the form of Virat Rupa. This is in response to Parikshit Maharaj's questions that he asked in the 8th chapter. Basically, how the creation procedure, that how the Virat Rup, he had a desire to eat, to speak, and so on and so forth. The gross senses, the subtle senses, and all of it has been explained till 35th. So I will not repeat that. So I will open the 35th one and then proceed. And then the next section, 36 to 47, will explain about the sub-creation, which is the Visarga. Okay, you can see the screen? Yes, no. Is recording happening or not?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. And you please put the verse number, put today's date, just don't upload it. Do the required needful, heading so that it makes purpose. You put today's date and also put the verses. So if somebody wants to retrieve, we can retrieve it. Amuni Bhagavad Rupe Mayate hi anuvarnite Ubhe apena grihnanti Maya srishti vipaschita. Neither of the above form of the Lord, as described unto you. So this summarization of what has been described in the last section, that is the creation. So Sukadeva Goswami is speaking, he is saying that neither of the above form of the Lord, as just described unto you from the material angle of vision, is accepted by the pure devotees of the Lord who know him well. Now we will discuss this. So neither of the above form is accepted by the pure devotees of the Lord who know him well. Why is it being said so? Then why it is being described? So it will be explained by Srila Prabhupada. The personalists think of the absolute personality of Godhead in two different ways, as above mentioned. On the one, they worship the Lord in his Vishwarupa, or all-pervading universal form. And on the other, they think of the Lord's unmanifested, indescribable, subtle form. The theory of pantheism. Anyone remembers? We discussed what is pantheism. What is pantheism? It is very simple. Pan means multiple. We see pan-India presence. That means that product of that company is represented or present everywhere. It is available everywhere in India. What is pantheism? Of course, you all know monoism. So what is pantheism? You remember? Pradeep, what is pantheism? जल्दी बोलो.
But God and universe are identical.
You have done a Google search. What is the actual understanding of pantheism? More specific? What it means? Yes, Ramya?
कृष्ण प्रभु जी सबको सुप्रीम पर्सनालिटी ऑफ गॉड हेड माना जैसे कि तीन
Everyone
टाइप
is,
है।
yes, foolish philosophy that everything is God and everyone is God. As cheap as that. And monotheism means that everything is one. So both are imperfect. Both are, and on the other, they think of the Lord's unmanifested, indescribable, subtle form. The theories of pantheism and monoism are respectively applicable to these two conceptions of the Supreme as gross and subtle. But both of them are rejected by the learned pure devotees of the Lord because they are aware of the factual position. This is clearly mentioned in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which records Arjuna's experience of the Vishwarup of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Adrishta purvam harshito asmi drishtva bhayena cha pravyathitam mano me tadev me darshaya deva rupam prasida devesh jagannivasah. Arjuna, as a pure devotee of the Lord, never previously saw the contemplated universal form of the Lord, Vishwarup. Arjuna requested, but when he did see it, his curiosity was satisfied. But because of his attachment as a pure devotee, he was not happy to see that form. Indeed, he was afraid to see such a gigantic form of the Lord. He therefore prayed to the Lord to assume his four-handed Narayan form or his Krishna form, which alone could please Arjuna. Undoubtedly, the Lord has the supreme potency to exhibit himself in multifarious forms. But the pure devotees of the Lord are interested in his form as eternally exhibited in the abode of the Lord, known as the three-path vibhuti or kingdom of God. We discussed in detail three-path vibhuti. The Lord is the three-path vibhuti abode. The Lord in the three-path vibhuti abode exhibit himself in two forms. Either with 400, that is in Vaikuntha, or with 200, which is in Golok. The Vishwarup exhibited, these are eternal forms. These are his eternal forms. The Vishwarupa exhibited in the material manifestation has unlimited hands and unlimited dimensions, with everything unlimited. The pure devotees of the Lord worship him in his Vaikuntha form as Narayan or Krishna. Sometimes the same Vaikuntha form of the Lord are in the material world also by his grace, as Sri Ram, Sri Krishna, Sri Narasimhadev, etc. And thus the pure devotee also worship them. Usually the features shown in the material world have no existence in the Vaikuntha planets, and thus they are not accepted by the pure devotees. What the pure devotees worship from the very beginning are the eternal forms of the Lord existing in the Vaikuntha planet. The non-devotee impersonalists imagine material form of the Lord and ultimately they merge into the impersonal Brahmajyoti of the Lord. Whereas the pure devotee of the Lord are worshippers of the Lord both in the beginning and also in the perfect stage of salvation eternally. The worship of the pure devotee never stops, whereas the worship of the impersonalist stops after this attainment of salvation, when he merges into the impersonal form of the Lord known as the Brahmajyoti. Therefore, the pure devotees of the Lord are described here as Vipaschita, or the learned who are in knowledge of the Lord perfectly. Okay? It can be discussed at various length, but the main aspect is that this Virat Rupa we have discussed so many times. This is only for this material world, for this material manifestation. And what is the purpose? that the Supreme Lord exhibits the Virat Rupa. We have discussed so much about Virat Rupa in the second canto. Twice we have discussed Virat Rupa. What is the purpose of Virat Rupa? Who remembers? Why the Lord exhibits the Virat Rupa? What is the purpose of the Lord exhibiting the Virat Rupa? You should remember. What is the purpose of Virat Rupa? Sonika, what is the purpose of Virat Rupa?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. In Virat Rupa Prabhuji, it was explained that several things, whatever is visible to our eyes, is just manifestation
No,
of.
I'm saying what is the purpose? I'm not asking the details. That is the creation procedure. What is purpose when Virat Rupa, it is said that the devotees do not accept this form of the Lord. The wise do not accept both these forms of the Lord, neither the gross nor the subtle. It itself is answering. They do not accept the gross and subtle. So why it is exhibited? I will not reply. You please find out and tomorrow we will discuss that. Okay? I will ask each one of you. And don't think that I will not ask. From your previous study and chapters and discussion, please find out why the Lord exhibits both this gross and subtle form. So you will have a recap. So we'll now go further. The 36th verse. Savacha vachakatas vacha वाचकातया भगवान ब्रह्म रूप धृक् नाम रूप क्रिया धत्ते सकर्म कर्म परा सकर्म अकर्मा परा is beyond both. Karma is sakam karma and akarma is nishkama, but he is beyond both. He, the personality of Godhead, manifests himself in a transcendental form, being the subject of his transcendental name, qualities, pastime, entourage, and transcendental variegatedness. Although he is unaffected by all such activities, he appears to be so engaged. Whenever there is a need of material creation, the transcendental personality of Godhead accepts form in the material world for creation, maintenance, and destruction. One should be intelligent enough to know his activities in truth and not be biased to conclude that he descends to the material world by accepting a form created by material nature. Any form accepted from the material nature will be affected by everything done in the material world. Like we have our body. It is material. It is coming from the gross matter. A conditioned soul who accepts a material form for undergoing a certain term of material activity is subjected to the laws of matter. But here in this verse, it is clearly stated that although the forms and activities of the Lord appear to be the same as those of the conditioned soul, they are supernatural and impossible for the conditioned soul. He, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is always unaffected by such activities. In the Bhagavad Gita 4:14, the Lord says, Namam karma nilimpanti name karma phale spriha iti mam yo bhijanati karma bhira nasabadhyate. The Lord is never affected by the activities which he apparently performs by his different incarnations and personalities. Nor does we have any desire to achieve success by fruitive activities. The Lord is never affected by the activities which he apparently performs by his different incarnations and personalities. Nor does he have any desire to achieve success by fruitive activities. The Lord is full by his different potencies of wealth, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. And thus he has no reason for physical exertion like the conditioned soul. Therefore, an intelligent person who can distinguish between the transcendental activities of the Lord and the activities of the conditioned soul is also not bound by the reaction of activities. That is this verse. Namam karmani limpanti. So the Lord is not affected by any action that he takes here. Because in this material world, anyone who performs action is bound by the counter action, which we call as reaction. Why? Because he does not have name karma phale spriya. Because in this world, everyone performs the action with this spriha, with this desire. What is the desire? To enjoy the result of his action, which is karma phala. So he is not bound by the reaction of his action because he does not have any desire to enjoy the result or fruit of his action. And whoever understands this, iti mam yog janati, that the action of the Supreme Lord is supramundane. Prabhupada sometimes writes it is supramundane or it is transcendental. Karma bhire sannyasa baddhyate. He is also not bound. Therefore, therefore, an intelligent person who can distinguish between the transcendental activities of the Lord and the activities of the conditioned soul is also not bound by the reactions of activities. What is the other verse which speaks about this aspect of the Supreme Lord? The same verse, same topic is discussed or same principle is discussed. Very famous verse. What is that verse? Yes, Sonika?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam.
Yes. Complete the verse. Janma karma chame divyam. Then what is the next line? Who will complete the next line? It should not be. You understand what is the good name? Half-hand logic. Quickly, Prabhu. At least couple of verses we should discuss. This is the first verse. Janma karma chame divyam. Then evam yo veti tatvata. This is the point. Veti means to know, and tatvata means in reality or truth. Then tyaktva deham punarjanma neti mameti so Arjuna. Then that person is liberated. He does not have to take no birth. Karma bhi na sabadhyate. The same, it is being said. The conditioned soul is also not bound by the reaction of activities. The Lord as Vishnu, Brahma and Shiva conducts the three modes of material nature. From Vishnu is born Brahma and from Brahma is born Shiva. Sometimes Brahma is separated part of Vishnu and sometimes Brahma is Vishnu himself. Thus Brahma creates the different species of life all over the universe, which means the Lord creates the whole manifestation either by himself or through the agency of his authorized deputies. And the big verse 37 to 40, single word. It is all 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 verses together. प्रजापतिं मनुं देवां ऋषिं पतिर्गणान् पृथक् सिद्धचरणा गन्धर्वान् विद्याधरासुरागुहायकान् किन्नरा अप्सरासो नागान् सर्पान् किं पुरुषान् नरान् मातृराक्षा पिशाचंश प्रेतभूता विनायकान् कुसुमो कुसुमो आनंदो मुदा वेतलान् यतुधनानान् गृहानपि खगान् मृगान् पशून् वृक्षान् गिरिन्नृपाः अर्पणा द्विविधश्चतुर्विधा ये अन्ये जलस्थलानाभाव आकाशः कुशला कुशला मिश्रा कर्माणां गतयस्त्व इमा. So, O King, know from me that all living entities are created by the Supreme Lord according to their past deeds. So, the body that we receive now is the result of what we have performed in our last life, in our last body. The living entities include Brahma and his sons like Daksha, the periodical heads like Vaivasvat Manu, the demigods like Indra, Chandra, and Varuna, the great sages like Brighu, Vyasa, and Vasishta, the inhabitants of Pitralok and Siddhalok, the Charanas, Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, Asuras, these are on the different planets. Yakshas, Kinnaras, and angels, the serpents, the monkey-shaped Kim Purushas, the human beings, the inhabitants of Matralok, the demons, Pishachas, ghost, spirit, lunatics, and evil spirits, the good and evil stars, the goblins, the animals in the forest, the bird, the household animals, the reptiles, the mountains, the moving and standing living entities, the living entities born from embryos, from eggs, from perspiration, and from seed, and all others. Whether they be in the water or land or in the sky, in happiness, in distress, or in mixed happiness and distress. All of them, according to their past deeds, are created by the Supreme Lord. So this is the secondary creation. But how it is coming? It is coming from Brahma. And in the last verse, we read how it is being done. It is done through the agency of Brahma. From Vishnu, Brahma is born, and from him, Brahma is born Shiva. Sometimes Brahma is separated part of Vishnu, and sometimes Brahma is Vishnu himself. Who can explain this sentence? Sometimes Brahma is separated part of Vishnu, and sometimes Brahma is Vishnu himself. Thus, Brahma creates the different species of life. What are the different species of life? Here it is mentioned. So many of them, Prajapati Nam, Manum, Devan, Rishim, Pitran, Ganan, Siddha, Charana, Gandharvan, Vidyadhara, Asura, Guhyakan, all this of different various residents of the planetary systems. Which means the Lord creates the whole manifestation either by himself or through the agency of his authorized deputies. Here, who is the authorized deputy? It is Brahma. So what it means? That sometimes Brahma is a separated part of Vishnu and sometimes Brahma is Vishnu himself. What is the understanding? Please share. Sometimes Brahma is separated from Vishnu, and sometimes Vishnu is himself as Brahma. Why so? What it means? Now, we have discussed this so many times. You should be clear. Yes, Manoram Prabhu.
Uh, Prabhuji, if I remember, Prabhuji, in discussions you said that whenever there is a uh, proper candidate Brahma, then he takes care of the creation. But otherwise, if
Sub-creation, not creation, sub-creation.
sub-creation, yes.
Yeah.
But sometimes Lord Vishnu himself has to take the position of Brahma if there is a no proper candidate of Brahma, Prabhuji.
Yes, very good. This is the precise answer. When there is no qualified candidate, then the Supreme Lord has to assume the position of Brahma. Okay? So we'll understand this verse. The varieties of living entities are mentioned in this list. And with no exception from the topmost planet down to the lowest planet of the universe, all of them in the different species of life are created by the Almighty Father, Vishnu. Therefore, no one is independent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Bhagavad Gita 14.4, the Lord therefore claims all living entities as his offsprings in the following verse: Sarvyoneshu Kaunteya Murtaya Sambhavantiya Tasam Brahma Mahadionir Aham Bija Pradhaprita. The material nature is the material nature is compared to the mother. Although every living being is seen to come out from the mother's body, it is still a fact that the mother is not the ultimate cause of such a birth. The father is the ultimate cause of birth. Without the father's seed, no mother can give birth to a child. Therefore, the living being in different varieties of forms and positions within the innumerable universes are all born of the seed of the Almighty Father. That is why we are all brothers, because we have a common father and also the common mother. The mother is the material nature and the father is the Supreme Lord, is Krishna. He is the seed-giving father. So within innumerable universes, all are born of the seed of the Almighty Father, the personality of Godhead. And only to the man with a poor fund of knowledge do they appear to be born of the material nature. Anyone remember? Prabhupada gives a very good example. Prabhupada gives a classic example that why people are fooled. He gives an example. Yes, Dayashil. Remain online, na? Don't close. Do activity later or before. 1 hour at least be present. And you tell your people that this time is my time for hearing. They will not disturb you. What example Prabhupada gives? Why people in general are misled? They are not able to see the real reason of creation, that is the Supreme Lord. They cannot see the factor behind the existence. What Prabhupada gives the example? Analogy. पढ़िए, ध्यान से पढ़िए. पढ़ते ही नहीं है. ध्यान से पढ़ने की बात तो बहुत दूर है. Every day you should be studying at least 2 verses of Bhagavad Gita, if not more. At least 2 verses, very scrutinizingly. तो एटलीस्ट 1 ईयर में आपका भगवत गीता का स्टडी कंप्लीट होगा. कम से कम 20 बार पढ़ोगे तब समझ में आएगी. आएगी नहीं समझ में ऐसे. और अगर भगवत गीता समझ में नहीं आया, कोई शास्त्र नहीं आएगा. खाली सब ऊपर ऊपर से आएगा, अंदर से अंडरस्टैंडिंग होगा नहीं, क्योंकि बेसिक्स नहीं है, फाउंडेशन ही नहीं है. और मेरे पास ऐसा कोई उपाय नहीं है कि मैं आपको एक टैबलेट के रूप में या कोई सोल्यूशन पिला दूं और आप पी जाएं। पढ़ना पड़ेगा। बोलो क्या एग्जाम्पल देते हैं। Prabhupada gives the example of the scorpion laying the egg on the stack pile of the rice. The stockpile of the rice, the scorpion lays the egg. But the scorpion is not visible and the eggs are visible. And a foolish person says that where is the scorpion taking birth from? From the stack pile of the rice. दोबारा पढ़ना 14.4 सर्वयोनिषु कौन्तेय मूर्तया संभवन्ति ये तासाम अहम मद ब्रह्मोनि अहम बीज प्रदापिता. So foolish people, they cannot see the reason behind, the factor behind. So Prabhupada is saying, only to the man with poor fund of knowledge do they appear to be born of material nature. Being under the material energy of the Supreme Lord, all living entities, beginning from Brahma down to the insignificant ant, are manifested in different bodies according to their past deeds. So many times we have discussed this. The material nature is one of the energies of the Lord, 7.4. What are these energies? 8. Bhumirapo nalo vayu kham mano buddhi revcha ahankar iti mahyam. So this is bhinna prakriti rashtata. The material nature is inferior in comparison to the living entities, the superior nature. The superior nature and the inferior nature of the Lord combine to manifest all universal affairs. Some of the living entities are relatively happy in better conditions of life. What is that? That some of the living entities are relatively happy in better condition of life. What is the better condition of life in material world? Whereas others are in distressing conditions of life. What is relatively happy condition of life? Ganaram, also you have answered. Dayashil, what is the relatively happy condition of life?
Prabhuji, those who are in the mode of goodness, they feel
Yes.
like they are happy.
Yes, those who are in the mode of goodness. They are bound by two things, which is happiness and knowledge. No one can be happy in prison life, although one may be a first-class prisoner and another a third-class prisoner. The intelligent person should not try to be promoted from third-class prison life to first-class prison life, but try to be released from the prison altogether. One may be promoted to first-class prisoners, but the first-class prisoner may again be degraded to the third-class prisoner in the next term. That is after the leaving this body. One should try to be free from prison life and go back home, back to Godhead. That is the real goal for all types of living entities. Some more verses are there. There's 41. It's a big chapter. There are 51 verses. We won't be able to complete it tomorrow. This will speak about the three modes. Sattvam, Rajas, Tama, Iti. I will take this verse tomorrow. Okay? So any question? Yes, Sonika?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, in 35th verse, in purport, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that sometimes the same Vaikuntha forms of the Lord are in material world also by His grace. So it is talking about
Incarnation.
okay.
Incarnate. Expansions. It is there mentioned, huh? It is mentioned there.
Yes, Lord Sri Krishna was also mentioned there. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So,
Lord Sri Krishna is not Vaikuntha form, na Prabhuji?
no, that Vaikuntha form is visible here also in this material form, because when the Lord comes here, he comes in his original form. It says, Ajo api san avyayatma bhutanam ishvaro api san prakriti swam adhisthaya sambhavami atmayaya. 4.6. So when he descends in his various incarnations or various expansions, he does not take the material. He will not take the material body. He comes in his spiritual form. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7. 5.7 So it is visible here also. That is why it is said that is visible here. The Vaikuntha form is visible here.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else? That is, the upgrade is very good. The clarity is very much there. You can see the clarity of the camera and the clarity of the picture is very spectacular. I've never seen such clarity in our Zoom meeting. Today it is impeccably clear. Okay, so I'll stop here. Manoram Prabhu, you all discontinue. I will discuss with him because there is one presentation to be made. So I will discuss with him in the Zoom only. Thank you all very much. And tomorrow is Friday. So we will have continuation even on Saturday also. Because Saturday we won't be having the spiritual scientist class, but on Sunday we will have it. Okay, so you please arrange. Dayashil, you give notice beforehand.
Prabhuji, on Monday, because Sunday the caretaker will not be there.
Acha, Sunday we cannot have. Okay. Then we will try and conclude this chapter by Sunday. And Monday we will have the spiritual scientist class, and then we will continue with the third canto. Third canto will take much more time than the first and the second canto. It will take at least 3 years, 2 to 3 years. One of the big cantos. It has more than 30 chapters. Hare Krishna. So all of you may please leave, and I will discuss a little bit with Manoram Prabhu to prepare that presentation. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरे हरे कृष्ण.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Manoram Prabhu, I'll take 10 minutes of yours.
Yes, Prabhuji.
This is a
Yes.
good platform, no? Because the phone and all is not so effective. So I could not give the presentation that day. 2 reasons. One, that their projector could not have the interface. I was having Apple laptop, so that interface was not there. And secondly, before coming to the mode, I had to first explain to them the basics of Bhagavad Gita because they cannot understand mode directly.
Yes.
I have 2 more classes there on 23rd, which is Monday, and 25th, I think, which is Wednesday. So you have already done the presentation. Yeah.
Yes.
So you please write. You write these verses. This is from 11th canto. 13th chapter. And the first 6 verses, it talks about modes. Okay, so in that presentation, first you explain the modes. Yeah, in the 2 classes, first I will explain in detail what are the modes and the 4 aspects of the mode. What is the character, and those 4 things were given, which I gave you from. So that was, you explain everything very clearly. It has to explain people, normal people, unknown new people about the modes based on 14 chapter. You can add 2-3 slides and give little more detail. So like one example is given here: first class prisoner, second class prisoner, third class prisoner. Okay. I gave another example of like we are having a journey in train. So we have AC compartment, then we have sleeper compartment, and then we have general compartment. So that was the second. So you can put a slide for that. Okay. Then I explained, introduced on the terms of personals that mode of goodness is Vibhishan, mode of passion is Ravan, and mode of ignorance is Kumbhakarna. Okay. So in this way, first I will detail that what is mode of goodness and all those parameters, a little bit of more detail. And then in the 25th day class, I will come to solutions. Okay, some solutions are mentioned in the 11th canto, 4th chapter, which I am describing. Okay, so you make a very good proper presentation. It will be in two parts. First, in the Monday class, I will explain about the influences of the mode, how the mode influences, impacts, what is the quality, what is the character, what is the action. All those things I will explain in the Monday class, and solution I will give on the Wednesday class. Okay.
So
So that is it.
in same presentation, there will be separate sections, or we'll prepare separate presentation, Prabhuji?
No, in the same presentation, you expand it.
Okay.
You expand it. You at
Yes.
least complete the first part by Saturday.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, by Saturday and give it to me. And then the remaining part, we will show on solutions, how to overcome the mode. We'll take it from the last section of 14th chapter also. You have to study the 14th chapter full. Okay. And also the 4th chapter of the 11th canto, first 10 verses.
For solutions, Prabhuji.
Solutions and also for general understanding.
Okay. And 11, 13, 1 to 6, that those verses will be about modes.
These are all modes only.
Yes,
I
Prabhuji.
is explaining through the use of Gita.
Yes,
What
Prabhuji.
is explained in Bhagavad Gita is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam in detail.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, I'll prepare for that.
Yeah. So you do it on the weekend.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.